All right, so carrying on, part two. Go ahead.
What do you want me to tell you?
Well, it seems like you're pretty happy.
Oh,
with
I think that's an understatement. I guess I probably told 15, 20 people about it so far.
That's cool.
This happened about 3 days ago. So
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, you just had it done past week?
Yeah, just a few days ago.
Yeah.
So I'm very pleased client. So
Right.
will a bunch of my friends pretty quick.
If you had to set a dollar value on the Gadgetman Groove and what it's done for your vehicle, what would you say it'd be?
I'm sure that if I had that kind of power improvement using other technologies, I'd be spending thousands of dollars.
That's a good answer. I like that answer. Yeah, I like that answer. All right. All right. Well, what about you?
I would
Bob?
really like a few more months. I would like to see 3 months, and I'll really come back and I'll do this again.
Okay.
And I am hoping that the car is running as good and the mileage just keeps going up. I know there's an improvement already, and I know there's an improvement in the mileage and the power. So I'm happy.
Okay.
I would recommend it.
I appreciate your stance of waiting to give good solid feedback on it.
Yeah.
I like that. So many people, they get an initial response and they go, "Holy cow, this is the best thing since sliced bread," and they don't wait long enough, and then the stuff winds up failing on them. And well, from what you guys know, the Gadgetman Groove. Go ahead.
Shields didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything about the first thing you had to do. You asked him to do when we met, when I agreed to let you do this job, was to smell my exhaust. Did you get?
No, I didn't do that.
Well, I smelled my exhaust, and it was very toxic. It's not a nice smell. And after the process, after I came back from my test run with the car, about a mile, I pulled into the parking lot and smelled the exhaust again at Ron's request, and it was just hot air coming out. There was no bad toxic exhaust smell. So it's really going to be something when I go to emissions. That's going to be another big test.
That's going to be a real interesting test.
A very interesting test, emissions.
What I experienced though was that I noticed instantly that the car was running at a lower RPM on idle. It was a lot smoother, and that I don't have to put my foot on the pedal as far to get the same results going down the road. And it certainly has a lot more power.
And I had a guest here for the car auctions in January from New Jersey, a 30-year friend of mine. We used my van to go to all the auctions because my wife was using her van with his wife.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he says, and I didn't mention a thing about what I had done because he's a very large skeptic. And he just said, "Boy, this van really runs good." And that's just what he said. It was a true statement. And it does run great.
Yeah.
You'll drive it and you'll see.
Yeah. So, all right. So overall, Shields, would you give your commentary on the changes in your vehicle? And first of all, tell them what your vehicle is and its equipment, and then tell us what you found happened with your vehicle.
Okay, the car I'm driving is a 2003 Ford Windstar with about 120,000 miles on it. I've owned it for most of the mileage that's on it. It's in excellent running condition, pretty much. A little bit rough idle. I've noticed for some time now. And then it's got a large engine now. It's been reasonably responsive. And then when we made this modification, like I said, it was just all of a sudden I was driving a different automobile. Totally different vehicle now. Wasn't the same vehicle at all. So that's what I really noticed.
Very cool. And you, Bob?
I'm driving a 1997 E350 Ford van with a Triton V10 in it. I bought it new in '97. It has 75,000 miles on it now. I don't use it much. I have gone across the United States twice pulling a trailer with it, and it doesn't even know the trailer is there. It's a powerful motor. And now it's even a more powerful motor. And that's about it. It's just a great running van. I have done very little to the van. It was a good Ford van, good American-made vehicle.
All right, marvelous. So, do we get 2 thumbs up on the Gadgetman Groove so far? All right. Well.
How about 4 thumbs?
Oh yeah, 4 thumbs up. Hey, yeah, let me just stick one out there. Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah. Now, Bob, you're an independent businessman too, right?
I've been in my own business for 30 years.
Well, one thing that I like to do is when somebody's in business for themselves is give them a chance to plug their own business. So would you care to do that? I'm going to zoom in on you here. So tell everybody out there in Gadgetman land who you are, what you do, and how they can get a hold of you.
Well, I'm Bob Bruce. I live in Fountain Hills, Arizona, as I said earlier. My job now is polishing and straightening stainless steel moldings, mostly moldings or anything stainless steel can be polished to make it look like chrome, with high-speed buffers, and I keep quite busy with that. People from all over the country send me their moldings and trim, mostly antique cars. Some people send me their silverware to polish, but it's mostly stainless trim, and I do a pretty good job of straightening it and polishing it.
All right, do you have a web presence and or a telephone number?
No, I have a telephone number. My telephone number is 480-213-7919.
One more time, sir.
480-213-7919.
Now I'm gonna tell you guys. Let's see. Let's back this out here. Back it out. Yeah, Mr. Boo's there. I tell you, I've checked up on him too, and by all reports, what I found, he does excellent work. Excellent work. He's been around since Christ was a carpenter, right? So.
14 knockers.
So, and Mr. Fair, do you have any business that you'd care to plug besides Gadgetman Technology?
Where to start? I was a design and applications engineer, electronics engineer, Motorola Semiconductor for many years. I ran businesses in Mexico. I had about 400 employees. I've been as a consultant to Fortune 500 companies, Motorola, Siemens, Zenith, Level, 3M, a number of others, setting up factories for them in 4 countries. Worked in the Soviet Union in the 1989-1991 time period off and on. There, and I'm a consultant now to a number of different companies, having to do with a variety of products, including hydrogen. I am one of the board members of the American Hydrogen Association.
Cool.
And I'm working as a consultant for ET Engineering, which is the oldest and largest solar engineering firm in the Southwest. And other than that, I don't have anything to do.
Do you think that's enough? All right. So, gentlemen, before we sign off here for this little interview, do you guys have any closing statements to make? Anything you'd like to say to anybody at all?
Well,
Go ahead. I guess I would love to learn how to do it myself and just do some of my friends' cars and see what their reaction would be.
That is
But
high
I
praise.
don't mind getting my hands dirty.
That is high praise coming from you, Bob. Thank you very much. You honor me. And you,
I'd
Shields?
love to do the same thing, but I just don't have enough hours in the day to be able to fit that in right now. But I certainly will be sending a lot of people to you for recommendation. I would encourage anybody to take a serious look at this.
One thing I want to ask, because it's very difficult for me as a businessman to ask people to tell about your experience with me. Okay, would you guys care to give your evaluation of me as a person, as a businessman?
My opinion of you?
No, not yours, because I know what that's going to be. No, yeah, as a business, because when you deal with somebody, it's important to know what caliber of person you're dealing with, and that it never gets brought up. And I'd like to have people know that I'm a man of honor. I believe that I am, but your evaluation would be important, I think. So.
Well, I certainly can attest to that. I mean, I've only known you for a few days now, but in my lifetime, like all of us, we've come across thousands of people in our lives. I'd say that you're somebody that certainly has a lot of honor, and you're somebody, a man of his word. You've done everything you said you would do, and you've done it on time, and with great conviction.
Thank you.
You're very passionate about what you do.
Oh, yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, pretty much. And you, Bob?
I see you as an honest, hard-working man who's just trying to make things better, and you can make things better.
Thank you. And is the Gadgetman Groove everything that I told you it would be, Bob?
There was no baloney, no. You said it just the way it was going to be.
Great.
And I was very pleased with that. And I find the hardest thing is convincing other people of this. We all know that there's been many gadgets out there.
Yeah.
In my 50-year driving period.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're all gadget men, aren't we? All right. So we'll say thank you very much, Shields. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate your guys' feedback. And this is Gadgetman signing off. Forgive the little shameless plug there, but some things need to be said. Anyway, God bless y'all richly and warmly, and remember to smile for a stranger today. You will both be glad that you did. Bye bye.